Hi, Shaya.
I think it do that thing there again, girl.
Which thing?
The oh yeah, gone. Why you supposed to set this now, no?
Oh, see there. I got it. I got it.
So weird.
I got it.
Only so far. Okay.
Got with the fire.
It's someone tell us somebody need time for thing they do. For set up.
No, it was perfect. It was perfect. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Wait, I'm not sure.
Yes. I like it. I like it. Good night, guys. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Just invite a couple people to join. Not a couple. Invite everyone to join.
Yeah, everyone on your list. Everyone in your contact list. Friends, family.
I'm like a Christmas tree.
Oh,
God.
Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree.
Good night.
Here because of Shaylan.
Oh, is he sleeping?
Not yet.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Good night, Khadijah. Good night, Milton. Hey, Chantel. Good night, Olivine. Good night, Crystal. Chantel say, hey, Shoya.
Hey, Chantel.
So you sound so much like Sash.
Lord Jesus, I got hear this all night.
So beautiful. Good night, Snacks.
Good night, guys. Good night. Good night. Welcome. Remember to like, share. Like the live people. Just press the X and then click on like, share.
Invite somebody to join because we will be starting in a minute or
Tell a
so.
friend to tell a friend to tell a friend.
Oh, let me share this. Let me share the link. Look who in the comment section. Good night, Marvia. Vlops.
Vlops, she just vlops in, so she vlops right in.
Antonia says, hi, hey, Shy.
Hey, Antonia. Hi, sexy chicken.
Such as boom bang. All right. So, guys, it's 7:30 and we're going to start.
We're about to begin. All right, guys, we're about to begin. On to the left or to the right of your screen, we got the beautiful Shoyéa-Gaye Grant-Massicotte.
I think he got it
right.
right.
I'm proud the way I said that. I get it right? I got it right?
Then I know the amount of practice we're going to say in that.
Right?
Right? Practice make perfect.
So, guys, you know we had to come out in our purple and stuff.
Yeah, mine kind of near purple, but...
I feel like that look better still.
Actually, I agree, Shaya.
Sorry, guess what? I had a purple, you know? I had a purple, but because of COVID, the purple shrink. So it couldn't fit again. Unfortunately, it just shrinks up.
Oh my gosh.
COVID and quarantine, the clothes them just start to shrink.
Nice,
yeah.
Nice.
I'm sure a lot of people can relate to. Yeah, their clothes just shrinking overnight because of this quarantine and being at home and being close to the kitchen and stuff.
Is that so?
Yeah, I quarrel every day.
Anyways, good night, guys. Welcome back to another live session with us with Days with the Maze. Tonight we're so blessed and honored to have Shaya in our midst. So guys, basically how we're going to set up the live, we'll have a couple questions that we're going to ask her, and then at the end. If you guys have questions, you can still drop them in the comment section and we'll ask it
Yeah.
at the end. Right? Or if you want to call in at the end, I'll drop the phone number. You can call in at the end and ask questions. Right? So,
Yeah.
we're going to start.
We're gonna look at her smiling. So, oh, before we start, but before we get into who is Shoyéa-Gaye, I need to see the handsome baby boy. I think it's time that you introduce him to the
It
to
was
us,
so
all right?
quick. I didn't know it was so quick. It's
I
so more sweet.
so quick.
Hey.
Because me no want him drop asleep.
Him not drop asleep, man. Him not drop asleep.
Oh, make sure you know.
I should say I said my kisses on the screen. So
Oh, Ashley. Ashley
Ah.
standard time. Hi, Ashley. All right, go ahead, baby. Go.
All right, so Shaya, before we begin, just to let for everyone that don't know who you are, I think it's time. This is a perfect time to tell us all about who
myself.
is Shaya.
Okay, so I'm Shoyéa-Gaye Grant-Massicotte, right? I'm a Christian. I am a wife, a mother, a sister, a cousin, a friend, right? Best friend. I'm a clinical psychologist and a lecturer. I love life. I love love, right? I am always in the pursuit of what is what this door.
Sorry.
Should I try to give you a reading?
Anyway, so I'm always in the pursuit of what sets my heart and my soul on fire. I consider myself to be very passionate about what I do and the people I love. And yeah, I just good, I just love everything. And so
Perfect, perfect, perfect. And I love that message. You said you love love and you
mhm,
love life.
right.
Life and love go hand in hand, people. So everybody on the live, I hope y'all are share the same sentiment. The love for life and just love and a whole.
In my defense, guys, the reason why the phone made that noise a while ago is because I was trying to share the live, okay? That's
See?
what I was trying to do. All right, so.
What is that here?
All right, so we're gonna start by So Shoya, tell us what is lupus? What's lupus?
Lupus are the something I eat or I can't eat no more.
Oh God.
Right?
Yeah, 8, 9, and 10 it.
11 and 12. So lupus is an autoimmune disease. So basically, you have your immune system that's supposed to fight bacteria and those kind of things, right? Kind of like if you have a country, you have the army and the police that's supposed to protect the people and them stuff, catch the bad guy and lock them up in a prison, them kind of, right? So your immune system, when it's normal and healthy, it attacks the foreign things that enter your body. So the germs, the bacteria, all of those things that are not supposed to be there. But with lupus now, the immune system, sorry about my dog and so, the immune system is overactive. So it'll work much more than it should, and it dysfunctional, meaning that it's lost the ability to know what is good and what's bad. So it just starts attacking everything. Sorry. So it's just attacking your healthy cells, your joints, organs, and all kind of thing. So it's just like the police and the soldier them, according to Betty, the police and the soldier them drink holy pa boom and them kind of lose their mind and them have holy pa energy and them start kill off the good people them too.
Oh.
You know? So
Yeah.
basically that is what it is. There is no, because they don't fully understand what causes it, then there is no cure, but there is treatment. And sometimes the treatments have so many side effects, right? So there are a lot of treatments to just manage the symptoms, right? So like steroids, chemo, um, pain meds, but it really depends on how you're affected that you would be treated. right? So like lupus can affect anywhere, any part of your body, any part. So you can't just say, okay, because I have lupus and that person have lupus, we have the same symptoms. So I have lupus and say my kidneys are affected. Somebody might have lupus and their heart is affected, right? It's
Right.
Okay.
different parts, or somebody their brain or something like that. So it really does it really does depend on where and how lupus affects you, right? So basically the treatments again would be targeted to the type of lupus you have and where it affects you. So there are different types of lupus, although some people don't know,
Oh, I
right? So,
didn't know that. I
right?
honestly didn't
Yeah,
know
I
that.
thought it was just lupus.
Well, there are different types. So you have this type called discoid, where the immune system just attacks your skin and your scalp and like the outer parts of your body, right? So you'd have hair loss, you'd have like skin lesions and marks on your skin, those kind of thing, or you'd have like sores in your ears and your nose and your mouth, those kind of things, right? But your organs wouldn't be affected.
Oh.
Right. You have systemic lupus erythematosus, or what everybody call lupus. That's the one in which lupus attacks the inside of your body, like your joints, your organs, those kind of things. That's the one that I have. Right.
Oh.
Right.
So
So
what's the fancy word for it?
systemic lupus
Oh.
erythematosus.
Oh,
Oh.
lupus.
Say SLE.
SLE.
SLE, yeah.
SLE.
That's
So that's
even better.
lupus. The other two types of lupus and like real type of lupus. So um you have drug induced lupus. You have some medications that can cause your immune system to start attacking your body. But and you'll have all the symptoms when you're on that medication. But as soon as you stop the medication and it comes out of your body, then you don't have the symptoms anymore. So it's
Oh.
drug induced because it's medication that causes it, right? It's not actually the itself. And the other one is neonatal lupus, where you have babies to mothers who have lupus. So if you're a mother and you have a child, there's a chance that your child will be born with neonatal lupus, where within the first couple of weeks of life, they have some lupus symptoms, but then it would go and they would develop lupus.
Mm.
So those two not really like permanent. But the discoid and the SLE, they are chronic, meaning that you have them forever until God heal you.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So for me, my heart, uh, my heart was affected. I said what because I don't have the heart issues anymore that I used to have. My kidneys. Well, you know, what the thing is was though, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Was is good, right?
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
So I was diagnosed with mitral valve prolapse for my heart when I had lupus. Um, I was diagnosed with lupus nephritis, sorry, where it's the immune system that's attacking my kidneys, arthritis, fibromyalgia. Um, what else? I think those were the four main things. But I had other types of symptoms. So like I had the hair loss, which I still have. Um, I had like rashes, the butterfly rash, those kind of things, headaches. Um, I would have sometimes these things coming up on my skin, like sore, not really sore, but like my skin would almost look like it was inflamed, and it would hurt sometimes, like to even just touch my skin.
Mm-mm.
Um, what else, girl? And Nolan, there are so many.
I just heard Sash. For real. I'm just hear it, Sash.
There were so many symptoms at first, so many symptoms at first. Yeah, so because I had, again, your symptoms would be based on how you are affected. So like I had a whole lot of heart palpitations, right? So I had to do those heart tests all the time. um i had I had fluid retention in my body because of my kidneys, and I had protein and blood and those kind of things in my kidneys. My kidneys, because of my kidneys, I would be swollen, like my ankles, my legs, my joints, right? All of those things. There were times when I couldn't even use my hands.
Oh.
There were times when I couldn't even use my hands. Like my hands were so swollen that I couldn't fold it and hold like a pen.
Oh.
Those kind of things. So the symptoms sometimes change over time, but for the longest time, it was really bad. Um, and like sometimes I still don't even know how I survived to this point. To be honest, there were hospital visits so often. And remember, I was going to UWI. Well, maybe I should back up and tell you my whole um, diagnosis story.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
take us
So
back to
that
that
was that
day.
was that was the other question, like how you found out and what's your
Yeah.
journey been like with lupus.
Yeah,
But
take us back to that day when you found out, like, what was the day like
Or
and
even
how.
yeah, or even before you found out, like was there any symptoms or anything like that?
okay, let me tell you. First of all, little fact, it's really hard to diagnose lupus, right? The
Mm-hmm.
lupus is called the great imitator because it can affect so many different places that oftentimes when people have lupus, the symptoms mimic symptoms of other diseases. So you have people
Right.
with lupus for a really long time and they're treating them for all different kind of things. All right. So for
Mm-hmm.
me, my process to diagnose was relatively quick, but it wasn't instant at all. All right. Relatively quick compared to other people. So let me tell you when it started. I don't remember exactly when it started, but I remember one night at home, I was having like this really bad headache. I felt like my head was going to explode. And I said to my mother, something is not right with me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? My head, I would have headaches before and all of those things. But those kind of headaches, it felt like somebody was beating a drum in my head.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
She was saying, it's okay, man. You know, mothers always reassuring at them things. Them. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
Take a Panadol and all them something. And I remember getting so angry because, like, there is something wrong with me, right? There is something wrong with me, and I don't know what it is. But my head is not supposed to feel like this. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
after a little while, like a couple days or so, I started feeling better. So I started having like pains all over my body. But of course, you think it's the flu you're catching because it's like achy
Yeah.
achy
Yeah.
joints and your fingers hurting you and whatnot. Everybody around you have the flu. You probably have the flu too. Checking, okay, maybe it's the flu that I have. Um, I was getting these things in my hands, like some big spots in my hands, those kind of things, and I was in a lot of pain. No, the symptoms they would come and go. So that like they would come and then the next 2 weeks I don't have none. And then the next month I don't have none and all kind of things. So like I didn't put everything together. That's what often happens because sometimes you see the symptoms one when they come in, so you don't put them together, but at the same time the disease they're attacking your cells and your joints and your organs and you don't know. So if you wait too long or you get diagnosed when it is too late, then that's when we have the issue of death and so on. But anyway, me and my sister had a fish fry. Went to a fish fry, right? My sister was supposed to sing at the fish fry or something like that, Sash, auntie. So
Mm-hmm.
we go to this fish fry at Mount Charles, and the whole we get fish poisoning, food poisoning,
And
right?
Sashi love our fish, So can you imagine?
Well, I get food poisoning, and then it was a mess. I remember we come home, and a little after we come home, there was a friend of us as well, and like we did a fight for the toilet. Like everybody use the toilet. I think it's probably Moonshell one that wasn't really bad, but yeah, man, we did end up have to go to the doctor and everything.
Mm-hmm.
No, everybody got better, but for me, like all of the symptoms that I was getting at one, like apart, all of them came up at the same time. And then I was vomiting and the vomiting wouldn't stop. I was vomiting so much until there's nothing else. So I started to vomit the bile. You know that green blackish looking thing?
Yeah.
Right. So I was just vomiting. I couldn't hold on anything. I remember having to stop school and all of those things. So my parents took me to the family doctor and she said she would test me. she would test me because I'm having like symptoms of lupus and stuff like that. So she was going to test me for lupus, and I did this whole battery of tests. No, they would come back in 2 or 3 weeks, she said. No, before they came back, I got so sick I had to go to the hospital. Right, Louis Hospital. Like I could hardly even walk. I was in so much pain, and my parents took me to the hospital. No, that day at the hospital, me and my father here, right? Jesus. I mean, like we were there the whole day and nobody paid attention to us. We went there in the morning and in the afternoon we're there and I'm there bawling. My father there just rubbing my back and everything. The place can get pop up and stuff.
Yeah.
And then like my uncle called because he heard that I was sick. Uncle Norman. So he called now and that
Nami.
yeah. Tommy.
Yes.
So my father told him that we were at the hospital and whatever. Anyway, he came into the hospital, right? And we were there and daddy was upset because daddy was like, how long they told me that they're going to see her, and then they had actually seen me but they didn't have any bed, right? They didn't have any bed, so we just there and hook up to something, when they hook you up to the drips and all of that. And yeah, so we're just there the whole time, but I was in pain, so I was there wriggling and crying and everything. Stamina me just come, my girl. Stamina,
Nami.
he could not understand that, so he just went, "Who is in charge? Who is in charge?" But then no Uncle Naman already, right? So basically, they went for a nurse or something, or the sister, and he's like, well, my name is Senator Norman Grant, and you see that little girl over there? She's my niece, and she needs a bed, right?
Wow.
Right? Girl, within 5 minutes, me get a bed. Within 5.
Nice.
Always, I'm there. Nobody paid me no mind, But because my senator uncle came, like, anyway, girl, we did it. We get the bed. When they were asking us questions and all kind of things, they thought I was pregnant, that I was vomiting, right? And I said them I was not pregnant. So she told my father to come out of the room, the nurse, and was in there talking to me, tell me, it's okay. Sometimes teenagers don't tell the parents that they're having sex and all of those things. You can be open with me. Da, 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 da. I'm telling this lady, I am not pregnant.
Yeah.
Right? Sex, nothing like that. So my father came back in the room and my father told them that my doctor tested me for lupus and whatever. And the lady just disregarded. No, she don't have lupus. Just disregard.
Wow.
Right? They told my father, go and get me coconut water, all kind of fluid, all kind of. Anyway, I was at the hospital and I was still in the casualty. And I was getting worse, but I had to use the bathroom. My father took me to the bathroom. And when I came back, my bed was gone.
What?
My bed was gone. And so basically they said the state that I was in, I couldn't go home, and because they didn't have any beds, they had to put me in an ambulance and bring me to the other hospital, which is public. That's where I spent most of my time. All right, so I went to public and I was in the hospital for months. Mind you, this was just before CXC, right? This was just before CXC. And I was in the hospital and I was in the ward where they had like HIV, sickle cell, lupus, cancer, those kind of things. And every day, like, somebody died. Every day somebody died. Every day somebody died. And then I met this one girl that was beside me. Her name was Lisa. And she had lupus as well. And she was like, at the time I was 17. She looked like she was about like 10 years older than me. I think she was 27 or 29. And so we used to go everywhere to the bathroom together and everything, right? Because we used to pray that there's ghosts in the bathroom. Hospital people dead and things. We don't want to dump them all with the bathroom. So in the night when I want to pee, I used to call her and she used to come with me because sometimes the nurse wouldn't pay us any mind. No man at all, right? And then, she was getting sick and she was getting worse. And then she just started to give up. And one day I woke up and she wasn't there. Like, she died.
Wow.
I'm just like, girl, half of the time I didn't even process it because, like, at the time when she died, I didn't know it was lupus yet. Because what what happened was that all the tests came back positive for lupus. So my family doctor took the test to public, and they were retesting me to confirm and all them kind of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
After she died, no, then one of the nurse or the doctors came and she told me, oh, the test came back positive for lupus, and it was me and my father that was there. So my mother had a stroke, so at the time to come at the hospital. It was just my father and my sisters. Girl, I don't hear nothing in that conversation. It was after my father had to try to explain things to me, because the first person I knew, well, I knew two persons before with lupus. So one of them was my mother's friend, and she was on dialysis because lupus like totally damaged her kidneys. So like that was what I saw, and it was scary. And the second person that I heard about that I heard had lupus was basically my father's cousin, and she had died.
Oh wow.
Yeah, man. So when my family doctor had said I got lupus, I was like, I don't have no lupus, and I go and they pray for me and they tell me at church, no, 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 don't think about that, and da 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 da. You don't have no lupus. We're going to pray against it and da 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 all and stuff. And then boom, lupus came. Right? It was my time in the hospital was horrible. It was horrible. It was horrible. Like I couldn't go outside. It was hard for me to walk. So at the time, my mother was sick, so we had Auntie Pansy, right? That was taking care of us and stuff. And Auntie Pansy would come down to bathe me, because like the nurses were rough sometimes, like specific nurses, and like my skin was hurting and all of those things. And they thought like I was just spoiled and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So Auntie Pansy would come and she would bathe me, and she would feed me and do everything, and then leave and all of those things. And then my father would come and my sisters and stuff. But I was in there for months, and it was horrible. It was horrible. Like when I got discharged for the first time, I was so happy to see sunshine. I was
I
so
can
happy to
just
like,
imagine.
huh?
I can just imagine.
Yeah, man. I was so happy to see outside. Um, but then I didn't realize that the worst part never, like I didn't reach the worst part yet. Cause like going home and then adjusting to everything, and it was hard for me to even go up a flight of stairs because I have arthritis. I was in pain all the time. I couldn't eat so many different type of food, or I couldn't eat at all because I was vomiting all the time. There were so many times when I couldn't do so many things, and then that was so hard as well. It wasn't just having the disease, but then all of these medications that I had to take like 12 12 tablets just
Oh
for one.
wow.
Required 12 tablets. So and then the other ones, right, just for like to shut down my immune system, I had to take 60 milligrams of steroids, prednisone, and it was in 5 milligram caps, so it was 12 of them that I had to take
Oh wow.
time. And then I had to take medication for other things, so on any given day I was taking over 20 medications, right? And then they made me get big and fat,
Mm-hmm.
right? First, I started eating like a pig, right? They made me hungry all the time. I remember this once when I ate my breakfast, and then my mother and Auntie Fancy was there, and then my belly started growling. And they're like, "Is that your belly?" Let me tell you. You see, the day I came out of the hospital, the day after, Auntie Fancy had to literally drag me out of the fridge. I went in the fridge and I just ate everything I saw, everything. Like I had this insatiable appetite where I just wanted to eat all the time because of the steroids, right? They made me feel like I was hungry all the time. And then it gave me like this moon face where I was getting fatter and fatter, and my clothes couldn't fit me anymore. The person that I saw in the mirror I could not recognize. And people were just cruel sometimes, right? Who they're talking about. Oh, one day I was in the bus and this lady say, them young people when they start having sex and taking
Oh my
contraceptives,
gosh.
right? Those kind of things. I mean, it happens so often. Or why you get so big and fat? You know, you can't eat so much food, or you just get big and fat and whatever, those kind of things. When I was just fighting to breathe, you know,
Yeah.
I was fighting to just survive. And I didn't like myself anymore. I didn't like how I felt. None of those things. So it was really, really hard for me. But then, like, I have such an amazing and supportive family, right? My sisters are like awesome. My parents are awesome. My friends. I feel like that was God's way of giving me balance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
that, this awesome disease. But then I have people who support me all the time and who are always encouraging. So my sisters used to wash the dishes for me in the night. Cause you know maybe it's man cold
Yeah.
and the water cold, the water
Mm-hmm.
cold. So basically, they would wash the dishes because I couldn't wash the dishes because the water was too cold for my hand. So like the things that I couldn't do, they would always do it for me, right? My sister, well, Sash was like my, she was my nurse at night. What am I tell you? Me and Munchi used to sleep in the same room, right? Me and Munchi sleeping in the same room. But you see, if the house is on fire, Munchi is going to sleep through the fire. Okay. So now, but Sash was in the other room. You see, any little peep, Sash was in there. Like, here, stay with me the whole time. Make me tea,
Oh.
wall me up, all kind of thing. This time when I had chickpea
When
or
she said don't scandal her.
when I had
Once you sleep too dead.
but let me tell you no, for the munchie, right? There was this once when when there was no electricity and we were using a candle, right? All of us shook up in the same room. And um there was we put the candle right beside the curtain, right? So in the
Oh,
night the wind was blowing and then the curtain caught a fire, like,
Oh.
yes, girl, right? Fiancing. Munchie, who always was very deep in her sleep, when she just jump up, when she grab one sheet and just start beat down the fire, me I tell you, you know.
Oh.
all right, Monty.
When your nose was working.
I should feel the heat.
So when she saved her life, all right?
Mhm.
From that time, she did say she want to be a firefighter. I mean, but yes. So may I tell you, like, Sash would always stay up with me in the night. She was always there. Everybody sleeping, Sash always there. So one time I got chickpea. And that time, I'm gonna tell you, was probably the worst time because I had chickpea for like 4 months. I was sick and everything. Because with lupus, like everything is worse. When you have the flu, it's never just the flu. Because it's like sometimes it gets to pneumonia, you get to all of those different things. If people just say, oh, it's a little thing, if you have gastro, you have to probably go in at the hospital. Those kind of things because because the immune system not working or it's hyperactive and dysfunctional. So to treat it, the steroids and the chemo and all of those things, what they do is they suppress the immune system, basically kill the immune system. So it's not active at all. Because if it's active, it starts attacking the healthy things. So people who have lupus, we basically don't have any immunity at all against anything. So you know how your body can fight little things and whatnot? No.
Yeah.
With people with lupus, the little thing them is not no little thing, it's drastic thing, right? Drastic things. So chickpea was really, really bad for me. And I was in pain and Sash was there with me. And the night I'm just like, Sash, you know, so me I see a white light. Me can't laugh.
Oh,
Me can't laugh now. Me say, Sash, give me two slap. Listen, don't walk in on a white light, girl. In on a white light. But say, no. The girl threaten me like don't walk in on a white light. If you see a white light, try move the opposite direction. You hear me, little girl? Kind of things. I'm telling you. So it was my journey was like it was really bad. It was really bad. Um, I remember doing my exams before my exams, my CXCs. No, imagine this. I was told that I couldn't be able to do CXC because I was so sick and all of those things. And my my vice principal at the time, who died now, like still one of my favorite persons on the planet. He would, he and one of my best friends, Vanessa, at the time would come every day to bring like my notes and all and those kind of things, right? And he would help me like explain things to me and that I missed in class, help me with my
Oh, that's
essays
nice.
and all of those things. So he had this letter. He was there when the matron came with a letter to excuse me from doing CXC. And I was saying like I was crying because I was saying I don't want to not do CXC and stay back a year and all my friends go and I have to, that's what I was thinking. And he was like, if you think you can do it, then you can do it. Right? You think you can do it? And I'm like, yes, I feel like I can do it. Like if I just know the material. Because my body might not be working, but you see my brain,
Yeah.
it was
Still
Yeah.
always.
Mm-hmm.
So I told him, like, I think I can do it if I work hard, if I put in the work and whatnot. And he was saying, all right, Shoya, you just have to put in the work. I know you don't feel well, but at the end of the day, you can go and fail. And if you fail it, CX is not going to say, okay, I feel sorry for you and not fail you because you are sick. So you can wait a whole year and wait until you're okay to do it. Or if you do it, you know you have to put in the work. And I tell him, I can put in the work. I can put in the work. I promise. Right? And he ripped up the paper there. Right? He ripped up the excuse for to sit out the year. And I did my CXCs and I did exceptionally well in my CXCs. Right? So in all I have like 10 subjects. So I had 6 1s, 3 2s, and a 3. I don't know how to do them exam day at all. I just don't know at all. There was so much pain. The 3 I got in art, which was my favorite subject, right? My favorite. Imagine when I saw all of those grades, I started crying when I saw the art grade, my favorite subject. But during the art exam, I could not hold
Oh,
the paintbrush and I could not hold the pencil and I was doing was ceramics and I couldn't form the clay properly. I couldn't do it even though I did it well in my SBAs and stuff. Like my hands were so swollen, right? And they were saying that I could sit it out and then do it alone a year. And I was like, no, no, I have to do it. And then in the middle of the exam, I was in so much pain that I had to just like stop. So I
Uh-oh.
didn't finish. So the exam was 6 hours and I could only go 3 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that broke my heart because like art was my thing. But I still did really, really well. And that was for me a demonstration of God,
Yep.
like God. First of all, I never really know God until me in the hospital, right? So you go to church all the time and you listen to
Mm-hmm.
the preacher, you teach Sunday school and the whole works and all of that.
yeah.
But I realized at the point of death that I did not have a relationship with God. You see, in those hospitals in the nights when it was just me and God alone, when no matter how much my parents and my friends love me and my sisters love me, they couldn't help me when I was in pain. When it's just me and God, that was when I found God. Like the peace that passeth all understanding.
Yeah.
Yes, that was when I found God. And I'm just like, God, if you can carry me through this, you can carry me through CXC. And he carried me through CXC, right? And he carried me through Cape. He carried me through UE. When I
Mm-hmm.
got to UE, no, when I got to UE, it was a little bit easier for me because I was always getting sick, but the hospital was right there. Because I was UE and
Very
then,
Yeah.
close. Yeah.
right? I remember once when I was taken to the UE hospital and the security called me by my name. When you have a public hospital and the security call you by your name, you got your too, right?
Too much. Yeah.
Too much. So there were times when I got in class and I had to just go to the hospital. There were times when I remember the specific time when it was my best friend's birthday, Nikisha, right? It was her birthday. And I just got sick in class and we had to spend the whole day and the whole night. I think we left the hospital the other morning and she spent her entire day,
Oh, it's
birthday
something
in the
wrong.
hospital with me, right? The whole time we were there taking pictures and all kind of thing on drips. Right? She spent the whole time with me. So like those kind of things they really
One sec,
help.
Shia, 1 second. I think there's like a.
People, you hearing Shaya? Okay.
Are you guys hearing Shia? Okay.
Not
It
hear
was
me?
like breaking up.
All right, yeah, hear me better now?
No, it's kind of breaking up a little. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if it's us.
Yes, we are. So everybody
Oh, they're
hears.
hearing. They're hearing
Oh,
you.
Okay.
Oh yes, go
no, I
ahead
can
now.
hear you too.
They might hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
loud
Which
and clear, loud and clear.
which part?
Yui, when you go Yui and the security know you
By your
by your
name,
name.
yeah.
That was the
And
last thing we heard clearly.
also during that time I was talking about how my best friend would when I would get sick at school, I would just go over the hospital and stuff. And my best friend spent a whole day, her entire birthday with me in
Oh,
the hospital. So we were in class and I was getting sick, and she came with me to the hospital. One of our other classmates just drove us there because it was right there. And she spent the whole day in the hospital with me. So like when you have friends like that and you have family like mine, then it makes this journey, even though it's so hard, it makes that little bit more bearable,
Yeah, that's true.
you know. So I
mhm.
always had support. My father and I got really close when I was in the hospital, because he was there most of the time. Girl, I know all of the deeds my father do when him did the everything, right? Tell
Mhm.
me all kind of stories, right? Everything, all kind of thing. Like because he knew I needed those kind of things, you know.
Yeah.
And he was always there. I remember this once when my father stood up sleeping because he was so tired,
Uh
and
oh.
to hold my hand the whole time because I check in. I just want my father to hold my hand. I don't want nobody else. Me and him alone that was there. And he was there holding my hand the whole time for like hours. So I really do have like a
Yeah.
strong support system, you know?
That's good.
That's good.
Yep. Yeah. So which
That's
other question?
awesome.
And it's always good when you don't have to fight your battles alone.
Alone.
So for your best friend, shout out to your best friend, shout out to your supportive family, shout
Mhm.
out to all of the friends, everyone that reached out to you.
Oh,
Because
I'm gonna a little insight. Wait, I can't
yeah,
just I can't finish this enough. So anyway, everybody knows I love Betty, right? Like Betty is my my heartbeat and thing. So now Betty, me and Betty, the whole shabang, Betty I'm love, my darling. But I always call Bethan my reason, and a lot of people don't know why I call Bethan my reason, because I've even though there were times when I felt like I was going to die. There are times when I was in so much pain, I couldn't, I didn't know how I was going to survive. Those kind of things when doctors tell you, oh, your body not responding to antibiotics, your body not this, your body not that, all of those things. But there was only once when when I wanted to give up, when I wanted to give up, right? I wanted to give up and I was saying, you know what? I just can't do this anymore. God, I just can't do this anymore. I just need, like, what is the reason? What is the purpose? Right? So
Mhm.
I said, God, if I forgot through this, like, if I for wall this out, if I for fight, I just need a reason because right now I just can't see a reason. Now, at the same time, Bethan was really, really young. So, at the same time, now, I was in my room lying down when I was talking to God and crying and everything. Jody came in and Jody's like, Shaya, Betty want you. Right? And
Mhm.
yeah, and then I said, all right, bring her come. Right? So, Bethan was there, and while Jody was bringing her, she was like, Shaya, Shaya. She cried.
Aw.
And anyway, I put her up on my belly because that was our bed, was our bed. So I put her on my belly and she was there and she said like she want me. Me I said, Betty, like I'm right here. And she just hugged me up with her little hands and fall asleep. And
Aw.
I was like, this is my reason. This little girl, she's my reason. You know,
Yeah.
I'm late in her life, right? I'm convinced that one of better one of God's purpose for Bethan's life was to save mine. Right? Because I knew that I didn't have any fight left in me at that time. I'm telling you. So like she's always my reason, and where she come out and look like me, Jesus,
Trust me.
divine intervention,
Yep.
divine intervention,
You look
right?
like a recruiter now.
I tell you. So yeah, man. So like my constant like people around me constantly that are amazing that help me going, and it just make everything better. Honestly.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you know what's really nice about what your journey through with what you explained just now? It's
Mhm.
just the fact that you didn't give up at all. Like even when you were in the hospital, you still wanted to do your CXC. You didn't want
Yeah,
to,
that's
and
true.
you came out victorious. That's really empowering.
I
And any,
a big part of that was my mother, right?
mm,
Like when we were younger, my mother was always like she was always telling us you can do this and all of those things. But then my mother got a stroke like the year before I got lupus, and I watched my mother fight her way back. Like she is functional. She's not the same, right? But she's very functional. And I watched like mommy move from doing everything to not being able to do anything at all, like not being able to get up and go to the toilet, not being able to walk, to move, to do anything. And she was so stubborn, and she was so adamant that she wanted her independence. She wanted to do what she was doing before. So we would do therapy with her, we would do physiotherapy with her, and the doctor would be saying, okay, Mrs. Grant, you can stop now. And she's like, no, let me go a little bit more. I can do a little bit more, because she wanted
yeah.
to. The lady refused to go into wheelchairs. She refused to walk with a walker when she needed to. She refused to walk with a foot brace and all of those things. She's like, I can do it. So I like watching her fight,
Yeah.
you know, gave me gave me like the template to follow.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, if my mother can do it, then I can do it too. My mother like couldn't walk, and she learned to walk again and everything. So I'm like, my mother can do it, so I can do it.
Mm-hmm. You know what
That
this
was
doctor said now?
my spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
good.
good. That's good. So she
Mm-hmm.
said, yeah, man, she a true fighter. That's why I did have to shut a security guard a back tear just like you with loops.
Let me tell you, if when, first of all, if I'm going to the hospital, I'm not going to the hospital with nobody except my sister, Sash, right? When I go with Jody, them too calm. No, 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 no. Sash, with Sash, I am guaranteed to get through quicker, because Sash I gonna be ghetto, right? Sash I go ball, Sash I go vex, she go loud, all right. And so because she behaving like that, them are gonna make me get through, right? She
Mhm.
one day a lady said, my auntie called me and I answered the phone. Auntie Donna called me and I answered the phone. Like she was just checking on me, and she said something funny and I laughed. The lady saying basically because I was laughing, I wasn't in pain. What? Cat got upset. And when she get upset, she get dark. Right?
Mhm.
And she said she ready for a roll upon the floor. Right?
She ready.
Right? She was like livid. And so like I would get through all the time because my sister was ghetto.
So
Yeah,
she
man.
just hear this man.
She tell me, oh, nobody go on strong when they go into the hospital. Ball and behave bad ball. Yeah,
So I
man.
can get you quicker.
Jody, I don't
Love
want
it.
to pray for you. Right? Jody will pray for you and all of the time, all of that. Munchi is the proper one. You understand? Munchi is the proper one. Sash is ghetto. Ah,
Oh, bloops.
Oh,
bloops.
All
Lord.
right. So,
As it relates to your career, right? What influenced you to get into psychology?
Okay, so psychology found me. A lot of times people ask me, oh, how you end up in psychology? Really, it's psychology that found me. So when I was going to school, I didn't really know what I wanted to become. I didn't have a passion for anything really. I was just saying, okay, the bright girl them going at the science class,
mhm.
right? So it was just that I was doing sciences and businesses and all of those things. So I was in those classes and I said I'd be a doctor because, the bright people are doctors. So I was going to be a doctor. But then when I got into the hospital, I got so, and I was sick. I was traumatized that I was like, I can't like work in a hospital at all. So I wanted to switch from sciences in sixth form, but I didn't know what to switch to. So I said I wouldn't do business because for me, business was boring.
Mhm.
Um, so I would just try something new. And by the way, when I came out of the hospital and I realized that I was actually alive, I had a different attitude, and I started
Yeah.
living. I would just make decisions just because I wanted to make it, because as like, life is short and those kind of things.
Yeah.
So basically I decided, okay, I'm switching, but I don't know what I'm switching to. So I said, okay, let me try law, because they had law in sixth form. So I tried law and I fell in love with law. Fell in love with law. And I'm like, you know what, this is what I wanted to do. So, and I did really good in Cape and everything. And I did it really good. It was wonderful. I'm like, this is what I wanted to do. Yes, yes, yes. So then I applied for UWI. And when I applied for UWI, I only applied for law. I didn't have a second option. I told my parents, if I'm not going to be a lawyer, I'm going to be a bum, because I'm going to be a lawyer. Right? Now they have the first draft and I got picked for the first draft. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do law. So I was excited, but I wasn't excited. So that feeling that you expect to get
Yeah.
when you get something you finally want, where you finally get something you really want.
Yep.
It didn't feel like that though. I was then wondering, what am I going to do with my life? Like, I'm in this whole business of like fulfilling your purpose, and life short, girl, life short, life short, you have to find something you love. But I just couldn't find that kind of passion in law, even though I was so good at it. And then I went and I went to my mother, tell her that I don't know what I'm going to do because I get through for law and I don't want to do law anymore. Like, I like doing law, but I don't think that's what I'm supposed to do. My mother said, okay, she ever a dream, right? Big up mommy, the Josephine, right? So she said she got a dream with me leading people out of a tunnel with a light, right? No, that's
Wow.
like amazing to our adult brain, but my 17-year-old, no, 19-year-old brain never really did a process that at the moment, because me did just want answers.
So was
Uh,
that the light that Sash was telling you not to walk into?
The white light.
The white light? Or that was a different light?
I hope it was a different light. I hope. So So basically, then after that, no, Jody come. I remember Jody running come home, like excited. Jody's like, shy, guess what? I have this friend at school. Well, it's not really my close friend, but I didn't see her for a while. And then when she come to school, her face looked just like yours with the moon face. And I just go to her and I ask her, oh, you have lupus? Like, just so, right? I mean, I don't know why Jody was so excited, but she was. So she's like, she have lupus and she has struggled with it. You can't help her. You can't help her. I said, like, Jody just give me a full blown job at the same time.
Yeah.
Right? And Jody tell me, say, me need to come to school so I can talk to the girl and all different kind of things, because I can't help her. She not do well. One bag of things. So I went to the school and I met her, right? Her name is Shoyéa-Gaye. I went there and I met her and we clicked. And long story short, she came home with me and we were there like for, I think it was like a week or two, something like that. And I was there at that time, I had learned to manage lupus relatively. So I was like sharing some of my tricks and tips with her. But a big part of it was the emotional part. And I felt like for the first time, I connected with somebody emotionally, like somebody finally looking at not just the physical symptoms.
Yeah.
So she was not just saying, okay, my heart, my kidney, whatever. She was talking about how it's affecting her self-esteem, how it's affecting how she feel, her mood, and how she's sad sometimes, those kind of things. And those things were happening to me. So we worked on it and all of those things. And then when she left, she sent me a message and she was like, thanks for helping her. And she thinks I just saved her life. Right? And that was like a one sentence. And like, when you're watching those cartoons and a light bulb just go off in
Yeah.
my head. I'm like, Jesus, please, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, this is what I'm supposed to do. But
Yeah.
it's all like if we can really help people through, like especially deal with the mental aspect of things, because it was affecting me so much. If I can
Mhm.
really help people deal with that part, and then people could pay me to do that, then it would mean that everything that I have gone through would have had a purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have lupus for have lupus sake. So I'm just,
Mhm.
me I gonna have this, and if me I gonna live with this for however God allow me to live with it for, I might as well use it as something good and get something good outside. No matter if me have to try
Yeah.
what me have to find good, even if it's hard to find, me need to find it so that me can use it, so that me can transform this horrible experience into something good. If I can become something good because of it, then it would have been worth it.
Yeah,
You know.
that's true. Mhm.
So I started at the time. I started law, and I told my parents. And at first, a lot of people were like, "Oh, but you get through for law, and now you're switching to psychology. Oh, which job you're going to find?" Well, I didn't even choose psychology initially. I just went online. I was looking up. All right, what field do I go into that we deal with, like the people's emotions and thoughts and whatever. I remember I wasn't looking at psychology at all. Psychology
Yeah.
wasn't an option that was given, that was like explained to me fully. So I went and I looked it up, and I saw like different areas of psychology. And I'm like, one of my friends, Shantana, I think. No, Shantana was law. Alicia was doing psychology. So I'm like, they offer psychology. So let me try it. Because I tell you, I just make drastic changes, because life is for living.
Mhm.
So I went to the office, and I told the guy that I want to switch from law to psychology. And he looked at me and he was like, "What?" So I'm like, "Yes." So he's like, "You know that people do psychology to switch to law, right?" So I'm like, "Mm-hmm." Like, where are you getting at? So he's like, "You sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure. I want to switch from law to psychology." And then I switched. And when I switched and I entered that first psychology class, I was like, "Yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
This is it." And I still couldn't let go of law, so I did criminology too. Right. So that is how I ended up in psychology. I ended up loving psychology, and I loved the neuroscience because my mother had a book and I understood the brain, and I became fascinated with disorders. So I went into clinical. So
Nice.
That's good.
that's how I ended up in psychology.
Psychology. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
All right.
So, talk to us about your journey with finding love while, battling lupus and so on. I mean, no, we are fast in our business, but
These are the real sauce. These are the real sauce. Okay. So let me tell you, it can be really hard for somebody with a chronic disease, debilitating disease, oftentimes, to find love, right? Basically, when I got lupus, I was with someone, right? But they have a little boyfriend and thing, right?
Mhm.
And you know what him did this me do? Him did me, not gonna call him name on YouTube. Him know himself, right? But thanks, because he did do me a favor. I never know it at the time, but him did do me a favor. So yeah, man, like I was in the hospital and everything, and him just disappear. Him just like ditch me. His thing was he couldn't deal with sick people.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
like that was my first encounter of love while having lupus.
Yeah.
So that did affect me in terms of how I saw myself and what I thought I deserved. So, in a little struggle, you think, oh well, him have the time for pay my mind, and me have a whole lot of burdens and whatever. So,
Mhm.
but I still had parents and family members who like helped me boost up my self-esteem. Now, even when my face was fat and chubby, there was once when people would tell me that they can't even see my nose because my nose are kind of small and my cheeks are. And one of Munchie's friends one day she was like, "Sure, you know that I can't see your ears." So like if she look at me front way, the way my face was so fat, she really could not see my ears. I had to take not a graduation, passport size picture, and I put on earrings because they couldn't see my ears the way my ears were fat because of the steroids. Yes, man. So I was just like, I didn't have good experiences with relationships, and I didn't want to feel like a burden to anybody.
Yeah.
Um, and I was just like, I was dealing with so much right now that the whole stress and them thing there, it not go work. So
Yeah.
I was in a relationship, and then when stress start come, I decide no, it not go work, right? Because when I get stressed out, I get sick, and once you make me get sick because me stress over you, you need to go. I
Yeah.
cannot afford you in my life, right? So I left. So anyway, after I did my masters, I got the opportunity so the top people in the master's programs, they were selected in Trinidad, Jamaica, Barbados to do a Caribbean internship program, right? Big up Mrs. Aldine Chillingford, right? Anyway, it's her program. So she selected me to go to Dominica. Now at the time, I could have gotten a job, like a stable income, right? But I decided again, I'm just like life is for living. I could stay in Jamaica and just work and blah blah blah, or I could go somewhere in the Caribbean that I don't know nothing about, anybody about, nothing at and nothing at all, and just travel, just explore all of them things. So I got here to go to Dominica. Now my family was a little bit worried because when we researched, there were no lupus specialists in Dominica, right? So they're saying, what if you get sick? Like who is going to take care of you if you're living by yourself and all kind of different things. Mind you, my father had to rush me to the hospital multiple times in the night sometimes, eh? And I had seen at the time I was seeing Stacey Davis, Dr. Stacey Davis, and she was a lupus specialist, and so like my health care was being managed. So here I was given the opportunity to go into a country where I wasn't guaranteed to have that kind of health care. But again, life is for living. So I gave up a steady, stable job for 3 months of stipend. So I went to Dominica, and my 3 months was almost 8, 9 months, I think. Because what happened was the day before I was supposed to leave, tropical storm came, tropical storm Erica, right? And it devastated a part of the island. And there was a lot of emotional and psychological issues arising from that, the trauma, PTSD, those kind of things, right? So they needed me, so they kept extending my stay and all of that. And yes, I came to Dominica, and I was there to give my time and them kind of stuff. And then I met Ashley, right? Husby. So I met Ashley, and it was like an instant. First of all, let me tell you, I had a warm to the dog them.
I think they want to come on the live.
I feel like somebody a pass.
Oh.
Shout out to my dog Ranger. Yes. Anyway, Ashley was the only guy I gave my Jamaican number. Right? So I had a Dominican number, but I know, like when I leave Dominica, nothing.
Yeah.
But then I had my Jamaican number, and Ashley was the only one. You know, I think Ashley still had the paper that I wrote the number on.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so nice.
So he was the only guy I gave my Jamaican number. So we hit it off and thing, but then I left after the internship ended. I left, so I came home, and we were like, I went to see him. He came to see me in Jamaica thing. We dated online. Drop asleep, attack to each other, wake up, attack to each other, the whole works. Right?
Feeling there.
Yeah, Yeah, man, them kind of thing there.
Mm.
Um, then I came to Dominica to visit, and we went whale watching. First of all, me didn't know Ashley was the one. Tell her woman knows Ashley was the one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like flying at all. I don't even like driving for long distances. It make me nauseous. I don't like playing. I like going places. I don't like to travel there. Though. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I know Ashley was the one when I take 3 plane and fly through 3 countries for come look for them
Oh.
by myself. All
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes, man. I said it must close. Anyway, while I was here, we went whale watching and Ashley popped the question. And of course, I said yes. Right? In the middle of the ocean. Best yes I've ever said.
Aww.
Yes. And with Ashley came Jelani, his son. They were a package. I think I loved Jelani before I loved Ashley, I think.
Uh-huh.
Aww.
Yeah. Jelani's connection was instant. And it was an instant connection with Ashley, you know. But me and Jelani had a thing. Yeah. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how we ended up like getting married and everything. So I decided I would leave Jamaica and live in Dominica because something magical happened when I came to the country that I didn't know if I would get healthcare benefits and those kind of things. I started feeling better, right? Like I started feeling better, and that was the first and only time when I was here that I actually came off steroids altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Like came off steroids. No, I was taking like vitamins and them things, but no lupus medications and nothing like that.
That's
Um,
Yeah.
good. That's good.
so I was feeling so much better. I couldn't understand why. And a lot of people say, "Oh, because you're fine, man," and blah 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 blah. But
Ashley effect.
the Ashley effect. But to be honest, it was before I met Ashley that I started feeling better, and then Ashley just made me feel gooder.
I like it. I like
Yeah.
it.
But you know, like Ashley is amazing. Marriage is amazing. It's not easy, but it is. It is amazing, right?
Yeah.
Um, but you know, like me and Ashley have a really nice love story, and we really love each other. Like I love my Dominican man, bad, 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 bad.
Ray.
You know, when Spice, I love my man.
Yes.
I feel that in my heart, right? But you know, the happily ever after story wasn't like a happily ever after story for us. It's like our whole life has been like trials and tribulations after trials and tribulations. So we plan our wedding, and imagine this: the day we plan a wedding in advance, right? We take about 3 months to plan our wedding, right? The day we're supposed to get married, Hurricane Matthew,
Oh boy.
Hurricane Matthew, they supposed to land in a Jamaica. So even Ashley's family never got to take most of the pictures because they had to go. And one of my friends, Precious, they had to leave before the time. So our wedding started 7:30 in the morning. It was a beautiful wedding, but it ended about 10. No, sir. Jesus, what a distraction. It ended about, you can't hear me good, not you?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
Okay. So it ended about 10, and by 12 o'clock, like nothing was open in Kingston. Our honeymoon and everything that we planned, we could go there no more because we had a honeymoon spot in Portland. And but you know, that was where the storm was passing. So they said they would return our money. We can't do that. So we went to the Four Seasons, and we went to the Four Seasons. They put us on the ground floor, and then the place started flooding.
Oh my.
Yes, the place started flooding. First of all, weather did nice, you know, we weather did nice and thing. Nice. But afterwards we could even buy nothing because all of the place they closed. Only this one, the gas station in Ligani, Yeah, the gas station in Lingani that was open, and so that is the gas station that we got some snacks and thing and ice cream and so family love ice cream. And then we flood out to room flood out, but because we flood out, we get that this executive suite, right?
Nice.
So we end up getting an even better room and things. So that did good. No, when you're ready for leave, no. The people I'm telling say we can't leave because I have a return ticket.
Hmm?
Right? So we have to buy a ticket then and there, which whenever they pencil out. Right?
Mhm.
Buy a ticket then and there. We reached Dominica, everything good. Because my under CARICOM, I can stay here indefinitely. Because under CSME I can. We have indefinite entry. And some can work and stay and stuff. So that be good. Then things are going good and everything. Then Hurricane Maria come.
I'd be a hurricane.
Hurricane Maria come. And while
Remember,
Erica
they smack you.
devastated, yeah, while Erica devastated just a part of the island, Hurricane Maria devastated the whole island, right?
Mm-mm.
The whole island. There were tornadoes in that hurricane.
Mm.
It almost everybody's roof, everything like Dominica is green. I mean, like everywhere is green. After Maria, everywhere was brown. There were no trees, no nothing.
Wow.
And so our roof went, right? And we didn't have light. We didn't have we had to like the roof went and our house was basically water coming in and out coming and
Mm-mm.
out, right? So for a while we stayed in our basement until our roof could have been fixed. That took us how long? Like I don't remember. Actually, we would know the amount of months, but like a lot of months were in our basement. But at that time, we didn't have electricity, we didn't have internet, we didn't have none of those things. It was bad, but it was good because at that time, because we didn't have so many distractions, it was just us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just me, Ashley, and Jelani, and we really spent a lot of time together, quality time without distraction. Our first honeymoon, no, honeymoon, sorry, our first anniversary, we had, what I should call it, moonlit moonlit dinner, because obviously we didn't have no roof, so we could see the moon,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Girl, we be frying plantains and water coming in and splashing in the pot and burning us. We have to hold umbrella.
Uh-oh.
Girl, it was bad. So we moved in our basement. We didn't have light for 9 months. We lost
Whoa.
electricity for 9 months. Right? We had to get a generator and stuff. And we lived without internet for a year and 3 months.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's a
Right?
lot.
So it was like a bag of drama. It was a bag of drama. But hello, was still going on strong.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No,
Definitely.
yeah, man. The thing is, the house that when Ashley and I got married, um, Ashley had bought the house already, right? But no, because the hurricane had devastated the whole place and everything. It was kind of like it's no our house because like it's two of us that made this place
Yeah.
a home. You know, we
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's
the
true.
house, we did everything together, right? So it's no like our home. Yeah, so it's really nice. It's lovely.
Mm-hmm. And Spirit said no internet for a year,
Yeah,
Jaja. And it's true.
so
I can see how that will bring you guys, like build
Yeah,
a
closer.
relationship and stuff.
Because you don't have a choice. You just
Because of
have
each
to.
other.
Yeah.
you have no choice.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
with every bad thing, you can get good out of it.
Yep.
And
And
I
you
think
know,
I had to learn that. I learned that from Lupus. Like you have to find the good. You have to always find the good.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. And said our other question was like what influenced you to move to Dominica. But me kind of feel like touch upon it. You want to say
Yeah,
anything
man.
else?
Yeah, man. And that because first of all, I know me that go live in a Dominica. I never know how. Right? I never know. Like I came here and I knew there was nothing like spectacular, nothing. But it just felt. You see, like when I went into my psychology class and I was like, "This is it." That's
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
I came off the plane for the first time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I knew I was going to live here. I didn't know how, but then love found me.
Hello.
Love, and here I am.
Knocking on the door.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, so
So,
this was a question that I kind of rushed it earlier, but now I'm ready to jump into that question. Tell us about the baby. Tell us about your experience being pregnant, lupus, how it affected everything,
Okay.
and
So
then we'll answer the baby too.
after,
Alright, just
can't wait to know.
hopefully I'm still up. But anyway, so now when we were, first of all, I knew that I had to be stable in order to get pregnant, right? Because people who got pregnant and the lupus activity wasn't stable, then they would be more likely to have flares and to lose baby and those kind of things, and to even die, because it's a risk. But the thing with lupus, sorry, it's not just lupus itself, but the medications, like the steroids have a like everlasting list of side effects. So the steroids mess up my period. So I couldn't say, okay, all right, I know when my period coming and when it not coming. Right? I would go months without not seeing my period, and when it come, it wouldn't want to stop. Those kind of things. So I was being managed by Dr. Adrian Mitchell in Jamaica. Big up my doctor, right? At the time, thing that would help me like regulate my cycle and stuff like that. And so it was a Christmas. We had started contemplating because I was stable now. I wasn't getting sick much. Like the kind of sick that I was getting sick in Jamaica, I didn't get sick like that in Dominica. So there were times I had to go to the hospital, but it wasn't like for admission. They would just give me like morphine and stuff and send me back home. So I was relatively stable. My blood test came back, my kidneys normal, everything normal. So we are contemplating having a baby. So when we went to Jamaica in 2018, we spoke to Dr. Sims, right? Sim Stewart. And because she deals with high risk patients and stuff like that. And we wanted to know if I got pregnant because there are no lupus specialists in Dominica, would I have to come to Jamaica and all kind of things. So we had a whole consultation with her, and she was telling us what we needed to do to get pregnant. Well, how, with the state that I needed to be in to get pregnant, the medications that I was on, those are not medications that could possibly hurt the baby. So those are medications I can still continue, and all of those things. And then she said there was a doctor here that if I get pregnant, she's the one I should contact because she's studying in Jamaica and she works with high risk populations like mine. So if she's there, then I would get the same level of care that I would in Jamaica. So we know that okay, we have a doctor in Dominica and stable, we can try a thing, right? However, we didn't know at the time that we're consulting about getting pregnant that I was already pregnant,
Oh, look at God.
right? So when we never know me pregnant.
Mhm.
We came home and my mother messaged me like a week before my birthday, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to tell you something on your birthday and it's going to make you dance." So Miss,
But Sasha should I say, Julie, Auntie Julie always know the things them
you know,
ahead of time.
Junior girl, like Josephine,
Yeah.
right? So so me say, what she thought we do, whatever. So anyway, on my birthday, she called me and she asked me, "Is Ashley there with you?" So I said no. Ashley was at work, right? I was at home. She said, "Okay, I have something to tell you." I'm like, "All right, tell me now." Like, I remember I was doing so many different things. I didn't take it seriously. I was just like, "Okay, well, yeah, tell me now." The lady said, "Shaya, you're pregnant." I laughed because, first of all, like she just tells Sasha pregnant and she was pregnant. She tell me I'm pregnant, but I'm just like, whatever, right? I believe. So I had a pregnancy test. So I said, you know what? I call Ashley. I say, Ashley, my mother said I'm pregnant. So you need to buy some pregnancy test, and later when you come we do the test, right? First of all, Junior girl say just do the test, and when the test come out positive you tell me.
straight up.
It's a
So
laboratory.
so we do the test one time and two time and three time and four time. It's positive. It was positive. No, before that, I wasn't feeling sick like normal. But since I came to Dominica, but I was feeling like better, like really, really good. I put my finger on it, but like I was feeling healthy. Like for the first time, I was feeling healthy. Because you see, all of the years of me having lupus, I didn't remember what it felt like to be healthy. Right?
Yeah.
I started feeling like real good. I couldn't explain it. And then that continued. Like my pregnancy was smooth, like no
Nice.
complications really. I just had one thing where I had like some bleeding in my womb and thing for and they put me on bed rest for like a month. And then otherwise it went smooth. I had two doctors managing me, which was Dr. Portia Mead Thomas. She was an internal specialist. She is an internal specialist, and she was managing me when I was pregnant for lupus. And then I had Dr. Bianca Roberts Astafan, and she was managing me for the baby. Right, I
Mhm.
had to see them all the time, but everything went smooth. I had, I actually went into remission. Into remission, no pain, no symptoms, nothing for the whole night.
Nice.
I had a safe delivery, like a vaginal delivery. Them didn't have to cut me or nothing like that. Ashley cut the label. Where they call it now?
Oh, the umbilical
Umbilical
The,
cord.
cord.
Yeah.
umbilical cord, the whole thing, right? And I have a healthy baby boy, right?
Nice.
Nice, juicy, healthy baby. When there, Ashley can bring him now.
Oh,
God is truly amazing, okay? He
What
is amazing. Like every day I'm just in awe. Like more and more. And where's his baby? I know everybody wants to see the baby.
Ash?
wow.
Oh, Ima come.
You might come. No, put him up in China meantime while I come. Oh no, he's here. He's here. Hi,
Hey.
baby. I just say everybody in the comment section so they want to see the baby. There's Shaylin.
Hey.
Hey.
And he has such beautiful eyes. Like look at his eyes.
Hey.
It's so pretty. Let me see. Let
I
me
think
see.
he wants to make a comment. He's
Say,
trying to comment.
Shelan look at everything. Hello. Say hi. Shelan. Say
Hi.
hi.
Hi, baby.
Pen?
They're saying, "I'm nicey. Hey, handsome. Hey." A lot of motion is going on in the
Right?
comment section. He's so cute. Oh God, it can go too
A
fast
nice
now.
baby.
Like,
Oh, so sweet.
sorry.
Alright, look like him come take over the show now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Say bye bye. Say
So
bye.
wait, the Ashley. Oh, no, I want to see who is Ashley. Ashley, you're hiding.
Yes.
Hi, Ashley.
Good night, good night, good night.
Let me see how we are set up. Oh.
Good night, Mr. Moonlight. Dinner under the moonlight.
Yeah.
Mr.
All right, all
Romantic.
right. So, what was the other question, baby?
So what is your life like now with work, managing like work, lupus, being a mom, a wife?
Your
And I'm seeing that you're
career.
doing pretty good at it anyway. But
Tired.
what is it like?
I always tell people some need some extra hours in the days. I need an extra couple of days in the week. No, like I'm trying to. Well, I currently work at Dominica State College, so I'm a lecturer and a clinical psychologist. So basically, I see the students with any type of disorders, right? Or some students that they don't have disorders, but they still want to see me anyway, right? There's another psychologist as well, but I'm the one that deals with the disorders. So because I'm clinical, so I have my classes, I do my classes, and between classes, I lecture, right? But in the summer, I started my private practice online because I'm always talking about creating generational wealth, right?
Yeah.
I don't I'm not the employee kind of person, that they call like employee mentality,
Yeah.
right? I don't necessarily have that. I want to own my own business, work on my own time, right? Be my own boss and create generational wealth where my children don't have to start from scratch, right?
Yeah.
So I need to leave a legacy and I need for build my own dream. I can't just stay every day I work for Babylon. You understand? I can't
Mm-hmm.
just stay every day I build somebody else's dream. So I started my private practice online and it has been going well. I didn't expect it to take off as it did, but it has taken off. So basically, my sister Shanti Munchi, she's my marketing manager. So she does that. That's the social media aspect of my work for me, and Sash is my accountant. So she manages my finances as it relates to that.
Mm-hmm.
So now in the summer, what I did was it was COVID and all of that, right? And I was staying home with Shaylan. Ashley still had to go to work because Ashley is the dean of the faculty of art and sciences, which is the biggest faculty. So he has a whole lot of work sometimes, and he had to go to work. But because he didn't have classes, I stayed home, and I had to stay home with Shay, right? So I decided I would sleep during Shaylan, so I know the hours when he was sleeping, right? He would wake up about 7:30, go to bed about 7:30, and he'd sleep like 3 hours in the day. And in that time, I would see clients, and that's how it started. Where I would go until even 1 o'clock in the night seeing clients, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I do my mommy my whatever duty in the day, except when Shaylan's sleeping, I see clients. When he's sleeping in the night, I see clients as well. So now that school has started, I don't have that much flexibility to like work in my thing, but I'm still working on it in the afternoons and stuff like that. And sometimes like if I get to work like really really early before work starts, those kind of things. So Ashley and I try to have a sort of balance that we're still trying to work on.
Yeah.
Because Ashley works a lot and I work a lot, but at the same time we want to make time for the boys,
Yeah.
right? So some afternoons Ashley still has work. So when he has different things doing, I would schedule my sessions around that. He would schedule his things around me. So it would be like, okay, he would say like, babe, what you have for this week? I want to do so and so Monday and Wednesday afternoon. So those afternoons I don't book any of my clients.
Mm-hmm.
So I book my clients the other times, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that
So
makes sense.
basically our week is jam packed with my week is jam packed with private clients, um college students and lecturing. So to create some kind of balance, I don't work on the weekends,
Mm-hmm.
right? My weekends are for family, and I would only work if there is an emergency
Yeah.
or out of the norm. I would say like a one client or so. But that's how I do the balance. So I have all different type of work in the week, and then on the weekends I relax.
That makes
That's good.
sense.
That's good.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. So, you can tell us a little more about your business,
Okay.
like.
My online private practice is called Be Kind to Your Mind, right? And again, it's online, so it's offered to anybody around the world. So I have clients all around the world, right? I have a lot in different countries in the Caribbean, and I have United States, China, some other places as well, but mostly like in the Caribbean and the US, right? In the US. So um basically it's really about giving people a chance to like improve on coping mechanisms, people who have disorders as well, people who have normal ordinary issues, where I do individual therapy for adults and adolescents. I don't do children currently because children need more hands-on
Mm-hmm.
kind of
Oh
thing.
yeah.
um so it's adolescents and adults. I do couples therapy, group therapy, couples therapy, including like marriage therapy and stuff like that. So basically, persons contact me on my social media pages, right? And it's Be Kind to Your Mind on Instagram or Facebook, and they are directed to my WhatsApp to make an appointment. Right? I think Philip just gave the link. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So my number for making appointment is 1767
Say it again.
1767
Mm-hmm.
316 4095.
All right, and I will also link it in the description box for you
Right,
guys, and I'll put her Instagram, Facebook, all of that in the description box. So make
right,
sure to check it out.
right. So people contact me and make appointments on my WhatsApp mainly, right? Um, so basically, when people make appointments, we do sessions on Skype. The sessions are not recorded for confidentiality reasons. Yeah, that's it. 316 4095, right? Basically we do a rundown for the first session and then we go into the details. But yes, it's really about meeting people where they are, right? Especially in the COVID period where you can't do face to,
Yeah,
it gives you an opportunity to even be at your home or be in your car and to get the kind of service that you need in terms of helping you to
Yeah.
cope or to handle stress, because we don't focus on psychological or mental issues as much as we do physical issues. There are
that's
people that
true.
say they would go to a doctor, but people that would say they wouldn't go to a psychologist. When you need to take care of your mind in taking care of your body,
Yeah,
right? And there are lots of mental issues that can even affect you physically as well,
that's
right?
true.
So it's really about normalizing. It's really about normalizing therapy, which we need to. Everybody need a psychologist. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
needs to go to the doctor to
Yeah,
get a.
that's
Everybody need a psychologist to help them to cope. Even I need a psychologist. Meaning a
Yeah,
psychologist without anybody, because I'm taking on people's problems every day. So I need to have an outlet to make sure that I'm mentally stable to be able to help the people that I need to help.
that's
yeah,
true.
that's
Yeah,
true.
There are times when there are some cases that will affect me in certain ways. I need to sort that out before I can really help the person how they need to be
yeah,
helped. Those kind of things. And a lot of the disorders that we're seeing, those are disorders that could have been prevented if early intervention had been done. Right? So it's really about letting people know that, like, you should be proud to take care of your mental health. You're not mad, you're not crazy if you go to a psychologist. It means that you're prioritizing your mental health, right? And it's
mhm,
very important for us to be kind to our minds.
that's true.
The things that we say to ourselves, the way we treat ourselves, sometimes we wouldn't treat the people that we love that way, right? Some of us have like childhood issues, trauma, abuse, those kind of things that we have never dealt with. Even in the last when we had Kadisha, right? I'm just saying, like, those issues go on. They are so prevalent in society.
Yeah,
The whole
that's
thing, it's so prevalent, and a lot of people don't deal with it. And what happens when we don't deal with our issues and we have our children is that we raise our children from trauma and
true.
brokenness,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and perpetuate the cycle of psychological what's that word now, basically trauma, right? We perpetuate the cycle of trauma. So our parents do things to us, psychological dysfunction. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dysfunction. Like, our parents would do things to us, and we end up doing those things to our children without even,
Okay, that's true.
right? So it's really about, you're in the comfort of your home. You don't have to go somewhere. You don't have to be exposed to
yeah,
people with
Mm-hmm.
COVID, right? And you can get the help that you need, because it's necessary for you to take care of yourself before you can take care of other people, especially
That's
us, like, as us that have families and those kind of things. We have to take care of ourselves. So yes,
yeah,
that's what it really is about: helping people, like giving people the chance to get psychological care in the comfort of their homes or the offices or wherever they are, at a very affordable price.
yeah. Because I see somebody that was asking. I think
the
it was
rates.
Shanika. What's the rates? What are your rates like? What is
Okay,
it?
And I
I
think
see it.
I
generally
have
I think I saw.
answered.
I have different rates, but I'm sure that my marketing manager will respond with the sheet with my rates. That is how effective she is. At,
Nice.
right?
Nice.
So for Jamaica it's $5,000 per session for an hour for individuals and adolescents. In Dominica it is 80 EC for an hour. For US, it's 50 US per
Bro,
hour.
sit down and get it right.
Yes, so yes, it's nice. It's people them do. People them.
Right?
Yes, so yeah, it's really affordable, and there is no cost too high to pay for your mental health. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
true.
That's true.
So yes, man, that's where I
And you
am.
know, with everything that's going on, like you mentioned, everyone needs a psychologist because with everything that's going on, COVID, a
Yeah.
lot of individuals are at home. A lot of individuals they lost their jobs and such.
Mm-hmm.
So we're
You know,
all in on it. Like even now for Christmas, I know you have your good pepper light, but even though for Christmas, I know in Jamaica now everyone would be going to parties and all of that. So and I think it takes a toll on you mentally.
it's the
It
COVID
does.
issue that made me start this practice in the first place. And like people were just, I wasn't going to start it, and then people were just like contacting me all the time. So I'm just like, why not, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
now there's so many issues coming out of COVID, all those that you mentioned, but also the fact that people are home together. All the distractions that they used to have to cope, they don't have it, right? They can't go out with their friends, they can't go to the bar, those kind of things. So now they're at home and they're at home with their thoughts, right?
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
true.
That's true.
Or you are home with partners with issues that you don't work out, with children with issues that you don't work out,
Mm-hmm.
and you are locked in the same house, right? So then we have a whole lot of things coming up. Like a lot of people, the divorce rates are rising, right?
Yeah.
Abuse, you have a whole lot of domestic abuse coming out of situations, people not coping well, people don't have the skills to cope, all of those things. It's just a big mess. So people need to realize that taking care of your mental health is extremely important, especially in these times.
Yep, I agree. So Renee is asking how much is it in Canadian dollars? Should she contact Munchie for that?
Yes, she should.
Okay.
It is the equivalent to 50 US.
Me no know what that.
Me
Oh,
too. Me
but
worse.
Munchie will know.
Yeah, contact Monty.
Renee may I talk to. Renee, it is equivalent of 50 US.
Alright. So people, this is where we're gonna open it up. Like if you want to call, you can call. And as usual, me don't know the phone number. So you can call on WhatsApp. You can ask questions in the comment section. The phone number is at the bottom of the screen. So if you want to ask Shoy anything, you can go ahead and ask. You can call and ask and so on and so forth.
And Shaya, I gotta ask, like, if someone wants to reach out to you, like, as it relates to making payments, do you do like PayPal?
Pay, yeah, hear me?
Oh yeah, where
Yeah,
are you?
no.
Yeah. Okay, so PayPal, please contact her for the page. Oh, Munchi, Munchi respond. PayPal. So for people in Jamaica, it's NCB, right?
Okay.
For people in Dominica, it's either Republic Bank or National Bank, right? Mo banking. And everywhere else outside of that is PayPal.
Okay.
And if you contact
And
Okay.
people with
specific,
NCB
huh?
and and people with NCB, and I know NCB have an online platform, and I think Scotia and most of them have an online platform, so that should be easy for someone to get it set up and do their transfers and stuff. So it's
I
not as hard as people would think.
No, it's not hard, and it's a free app. You have to pay a charge, like a little fee to send it, but yeah, but
Yeah,
it's easy to set up. I think Monique asked if I diagnose and medicate.
that's
I
right.
I diagnose and treat in terms of therapy or different psychological or social interventions, but I don't medicate.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Pay attention to the phone, mister.
Oh, it looks like the phone I ring.
Because you know I do this all the time.
I was deep in my. Oh, bloops. Sash, turn down your TV. Don't make me have a vloops here for the line. Turn down your TV.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello?
Sash.
Oh, no, no, yeah,
No,
Yes.
no, yeah, you are here with you?
Hi. Hi, guys. Yeah. Oh, no,
Hi.
no, yeah,
Yes,
Yes,
we're hearing you.
Oh, the TV. Oh, gosh.
She delayed. I think delayed.
Hello?
Yes, yes.
Oh, tell me first, Carla, let me know. Shaya, my good girl. Like, baby. I am calling on behalf of everybody here. Julie Girl, First Love, Dee Woo, Vasca, and Auntie Lee. All of us, we want to say we're proud of you and I love you so much. I'm not going to stay long because, girl, you know, I'm going to start balance song, but just keep pushing hard. You are my strength. You are my role model. And, girl, I'm ready for fight for your energy, your energy.
What's up?
You know the Mavis Bank internet na nice.
Oh,
True,
true,
it's
true.
reconnecting. Oh, talk again, Sash.
Oh, no, no, hear me?
Yes, we're here.
I was saying that I love you very much and I'm ready to take on anybody.
Yes.
And just edit it. And I go up and flip off of the line because my ball and you know, saying I'm pretty because you know to stop.
All right. All right. A little bit more.
All right.
Right, Sash. Mr. Sash. Mr. You can't help but love Sash, no God, no.
What's it?
You can't help but love Sash, for real.
Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
you got questions.
Oh, here's a question.
How did you cope settling in a new country, not knowing anyone but your husband?
I'm going to tell you. Oh, I never touch on that. Lord Jesus. No. When I came, it was hard. I didn't come here knowing Ashley. So when I came, it was hard because I didn't know anybody at all. But I lived with Nikisha, meaning that Nikisha was in Jamaica, but we were on the phone all the time, every day.
Oh,
Right?
is this Nikisha?
Yes.
Oh, perfect timing.
Right. So so we were on the phone all the time. And of course my sisters and my parents, they were there. But then like Dominicans are probably one of my favorite set of people. When you don't feel no way as Jamaicans, right? Don't hype up on yourself. Or no, Jamaicans just they're one place by themselves. But Dominicans are really nice and welcoming. Actually, my first friend I found on the plane. So I don't like flying. I tell you no. So I go on the plane and my oldest lady and I don't know her from nowhere. I'm older and the whole time because I dead me that dead in the plane.
Oh,
Right? They said up and down something with turbulence and something don't do it.
yeah.
Don't do well. So like she was there the whole time and then she gave me her number and when I actually got settled in, she would meet me, Celia Joseph, right? She would come meet me. We'd have lunch together. She'd show me around. I would spend weekends at her house and thing. And I had people who worked with the agency who were here to help to make sure that things are okay. And then I had like a group of people that I worked with. They were amazing. So Stedman and Sabrina and Baron, who are living out, and Sawana, like they were there, Mr. Wallace. So I worked with these people and took me around and they were really nice. I felt home and then at home, sorry. And then Precious came. That was my other friend from grad school. She came over to help with Erica. So we lived together. And so it was easy. And then when I came back now to live with Ashley, it was hard as well because at the time I didn't get a job yet, and it's really hard. It was really hard getting a job, especially in my field, even though I had worked here before. I had done so much work before, right? But I still have. It is still hard not being with my family, not being physically with my family. No we lovey dovey, right?
Yeah.
And not being with my friends, it's really hard. I miss Jamaica every single day. I sometimes my call Scotia, I have an admission, right? My call Scotia sometimes when I don't really have no problem, so I can't hear the Jamaican accent.
Uh,
God no, right? So I miss Jamaican food, I miss Jamaican style. So
Yeah.
I love Dominica. I must say I love Dominica, but I miss Jamaica as well. And it's hard not being home, especially for Christmas, because Christmas is the time when everybody go home and those kind of things. And Dominica's
yeah.
culture is very different in terms of Christmas, although I'm seeing it being a little bit different this year. But Jamaica them start play Christmas music well early and everybody put up the lights.
Yeah.
One guy told me that because girls, well, sorry, hold on, no, listen, no land, I ignore people that I look for. No land. I went to pick up Shaylan, right? And for the whole month from December 1st, it's a whole celebration because December 1st is Betty's birthday, right?
Mhm.
So from that day, every day I have on pepper light on my head, right? I have on the little, look at them with the pepper light thing every day
Yeah.
because up in a Christmas. I take Christmas very seriously. One guy
Mhm.
tell me, the 1st of December, the man tell me 22 days or 23 days early.
Yes.
Christmas start the 24th.
What the nice?
Right? But I'm seeing people getting the Christmas spirit. I'm kind of spread the Christmas spirit at work. So,
Yeah,
some people catch it. You see me?
that's
So,
true.
yeah,
I
but
think some of the pictures.
yeah, man, being here is hard sometimes, even though I love it because I miss home. I wish we didn't live so far, where can I just easily go home.
Yeah, you better go drive.
Yeah, sometimes I miss the culture. We just want to talk free, and sometimes
Yeah.
Yeah.
understand me. My husband always I tell me say and my co-workers them tell me what like to do things the Dominican way. But I gonna do it. Me I tell you I can't do it. Me I go, them have like Dominicans have different names for different things. I'm always use the Jamaican words.
Yeah, like pepper light.
Like
Oh
pepper
yeah. Like
Chris-
pepper light for real.
Christmas light, right? Pepper light. Um for chocho is Christophine. For green banana is fig. What me miss out? I have some whole for different something. I'm still going to the people in market and ask them for chocho. And when them
Oh,
ask what is chocho, I show them the Christophine and the chocho it name.
Imagine if she correct them.
Come ask for chocho, them know it's chocho more one. Right? But we know say Jamaica is a lifestyle, drop it off, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, actually just remind me. Jimbalin.
oh yeah.
What is Jimbalin? Right? Jimbalin is star fruit or something like that. June plum is carambola,
Mm?
Oh,
right?
Zoom from get big name.
Big name. Big name. There's so many different things, but sometimes I just miss the culture. But then I still have
Yeah.
so many Jamaicans around me still in terms of like, thank God for social media, right? I'm a client. Them give me a little spice. My Jamaican client them and so
That's
Yeah.
good.
yes,
That's good.
yeah, man. But I miss me at bad. Jesus, what?
That makes sense.
I miss me at, but it's hard because I miss Jamaica. But I think I love being in Dominica.
That makes sense. And I saw a question earlier. I think Renee was asking it like if the sex of the baby matter to you and Ashley.
We were having this conversation the other day, It did not matter. And one of my coworkers, Frederica, big of yourself. Frederica's my work twin. We have the same birthday and everything. Frederica is always fighting me when I use my Jamaican terms, but I'm strong, invincible. It is Chocho, Frederica. It's Chocho. It's not Christopher. It's Chocho for me. Right? Yeah. So when I was pregnant, a lot of people would say, which baby you want? Like, which sex, which baby you want, boy or girl? And I would say, like, me and Ashley, we would say, it don't matter. And they would say, you must want a preference. Or when people see me combing Shaylan's hair, they would say, oh, it's because you want a girl, that's why you're combing Shaylan's hair, right? Boy, you're not for comb and blah, 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 those kind of things. But, yes, girl. But for me, just the fact that I got pregnant was a miracle, right? And the fact that I just wanted a healthy baby and I wanted a healthy pregnancy. So, like, I just didn't care what baby came out.
Yeah.
Wanted the baby to be born healthy and I wanted to be healthy. That is all that was important. It wasn't the sex at all, right? So at the time, we already have a boy, which was Jelani. We already have a girl, which was Betty. So anyone would have take it, never WhatsApp.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Oh, there's a read this.
Oh, send lots of love to Shy tonight from Eileen and Sexy Chicken. The lean to my Eileen.
She said, Eileen.
Eileen.
Oh, Eileen.
You know he said wrong in a Shaya.
Then you look like 2L.
Eileen.
Oh, this is Eileen.
Oh,
Yes.
but it look like 2L's. That's why you said Lean.
Hi, Sexy Chicken. Hi, Bendo. Yes, my peoples.
Alright. The people, hold on. The chin when you talk Dominican. I don't know what that is.
I can't do it. I can't talk Dominican.
Dominican talk different. Give me something.
I can't. You know what? I should come talk.
I can't talk. Listen.
Ashley can talk French, and Ashley can talk French Creole.
That I'm Shaya, you know what I sing? So give a little of the Dominican accent, no?
I not have none. I swear to you, I not have none. Sometimes people say like I say something and it sound Dominican, but I can't intentionally talk. So I can't just say we. No, there's something there. Like so, we is like yes in French. So like them sometimes like after them finish talk or somewhere in the talking, them say we can look drop in a look we and so.
Oh.
But I can't really do the Dominican thing. And I not really know how to do it. I can't help it.
Yeah.
I not do it. But Frederica say okay, she just said Papa mate. Speak. She said, you want our man, Papa mate, speak her language too. Bye, past my bedtime. Frederica say there are very few people in Dominica, right? So Dominica has a population of about 70,000 people. So Frederica is saying that I come all the way from my 3 million people, right? And come over the little country, come take them good Dominican man. After them have them so few. And no, I can't speak the language.
You understand? You understand?
One half of me can't speak the language. Me actually is one. Right? It's one. That's where them say when we get married.
That will count.
That counts. Right, Frederica?
Yeah.
So, is the phone ringing? There was a light.
The white light. Oh.
Read.
Big up. Ask Shaya to big up Latanya for me, please. And encourage her to push on. It would mean the world. Latanya. So big up to Latanya.
Who's Latanya?
Or is it Latonia? L-A? Then that's something there.
Yeah.
T-O-N-I-A. Latonia or Latanya?
I'm not really sure who that is.
I'm going to send you something afterwards. I'm sure we pronounce the name wrong.
Oh. This must be Maya then.
Nolan skip out some of the messages up at top.
Yeah, it is from Maya. We have been...
Oh, that was from
This is
her.
from long time, but it looks like it's from Maya.
You know Maya?
Maya, like from church, Maya Maso. That's the only Maya I know.
Oh,
Oh, we
somebody's
have a call
calling.
coming in. What, this look like a Frederick? Aye.
Yeah.
Caller, good night.
Good night, good night. Hello, good night.
Good night.
This is Ellen and Dustina, aka Sexy Chicken. We called to talk a little Dominican for you because Shoya is clearly not doing a good job, so we're trying a little thing.
Like it, I like it.
All right, all right.
Go ahead, continue.
So Shoya was talking about we say we and in the end of the sentences. So if you see something and you like it, you say, boy, I like that way. Or if somebody says something unbelievable, they say, what you telling me, Diana? So that's how it sounds, kind of like that.
Oh. Okay. I like it though. I like it.
Nice, not true?
Yeah.
Don't.
Being my watching, it was a pleasure listening to you again, Shoy, as usual.
Thank you, Eileen.
You're welcome. All right, bye guys. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for calling.
Thank you.
So Shoya, they say it's Lati.
Oh, Lati or Lati. So why Latina buzz me? Tell Lati for buzz me one away.
Lati Bozar one away.
Lati was my child, right? But you gotta fire it now. But anyway, we have the internet. So Lati buzz me and me I will talk, baby. Okay? Hi, Lati.
So Shoya,
That's it.
honestly, I cannot thank you enough for coming on tonight. And people,
That's
let me
true.
see some purple hearts in the comment section.
Yeah, purple hearts going up.
Going up for Shaya. So Shaya, we really and truly do appreciate you coming on. I learned a lot tonight, and one of the biggest things that I learned, it's like, and it's not just tonight, but overall, family means a lot.
Yeah, that's
Right?
true.
And you notice with Shaya, she have her little business. Her sister is her marketing director. Her other sister is her accountant.
Accountant.
You know, she has her family supporting her and stuff. So family support it means a lot. Like, trust me, it means a lot. And Shaya, I'm proud of you. The fact that you
I'm
never
proud of
gave
you
up
too.
from being diagnosed with lupus to doing your CXC exams in
Yeah.
the hospital or wherever you did it. It's just amazing. Plus, you didn't really touch on this, but you was like the valedictorian
Oh,
throughout.
yeah. Are
What's
you
it?
it?
Yeah.
Yes, like
Prime
it's.
Minister Youth Awards and
I sure. Jesus.
All of that. It's like it's just truly inspiring, and people to know that Shaya is battling lupus daily, and she's doing all of this stuff. It's truly an inspiration and a motivation and an encouragement to many.
my takeaway was to always find your why. So you found your why, your reason. You
Yeah.
found it, and that kind of propelled you to even push further. So whatever place you were at where you wanted to give up, you found that reason. And a lot of us in life just need to find our why.
Mm-hmm.
Like find our reason. And
Yeah.
that will allow us to overcome a lot of things, people.
Yeah. And Shaya, before you go, do you have any parting words?
Of course. Well, first of all, thank you guys for listening, and thanks to everyone for listening, and thank you guys for having me to be able to share my story. To like everybody have their own lupus, right? So it's like from everybody have their own struggles, and I say their own lupus because like lupus is my struggle, right?
Yeah.
But you might have another issue or whatever it is. Oftentimes, I don't use excuses at all because then excuses are like so addictive. Like we all are going through a lot, but the very fact that we are here is proof that we had enough strength to reach here. So it's really about finding your purpose in your pain, finding some purpose in what you're going through. I believe strongly that God doesn't just make us go through bad things for nothing.
True.
right? There are people who are going through a whole lot of things and they're coming out triumphantly. There are people who are going through a whole lot of things and they just choose to give up. Our mindset, how we choose to see things, have a big impact on the outcome, right? It's up to us really though to just realize that we have already, even I say to my clients, everything that everything that you need, you already have within you, right? So you just need probably somebody to help you stir it up, help you to see it, but you already have it within you.
Yeah.
So believe in yourself, take care of your mental health, take care of your physical health, and push through the pain, and know that even in the worst times, there is purpose. You might not see it now, but there is purpose. Because, like, it's just the other day I was talking to one of my friends and I was just helping her to understand that, like, if I didn't have lupus, now I'm looking back and I realized if I didn't have lupus, my life would have been totally different.
Different, yeah.
Right? If I didn't have lupus, I wouldn't end up actually doing psychology. And if I didn't do psychology, I wouldn't end up doing my masters and getting those valedictorian and prime minister's award, those kind of things, and doing so well that it gave me the opportunity to go into another country. And if that didn't happen, then I wouldn't find this amazing husband and I wouldn't have
Yeah.
family. So, like, what back then I couldn't see any purpose in it, right? But God uses things to direct us sometimes to where we need to be. So we just have to trust God and trust the process, right? And have faith, and of course, take care of your mental health.
Yep.
Be
Love
Yeah.
it.
kind to your mind.
Be
Yes.
kind to your mind.
Guys, make sure you're following the page. She's on Facebook, Instagram, and again, I'll link the link to her Facebook and Instagram
Yeah,
page
in
in
the
the
description.
description. Shaya, it was a pleasure having you tonight. It was amazing seeing Ashley and seeing Shaylin. Did I say name right? I miss it.
Taylor,
Shaylin. Okay.
it means gift from God.
Powerful.
Oh, I just saw Ashley.
Oh, here
My
it is.
happiness.
Oh, where it is. Oh,
My
Ashley.
happiness.
This is so nice. But there's a lot of like love coming in and stuff. So,
I
you
see, I
know.
see. You know, some go bad on YouTube. Oh,
But Shaya, big up yourself, and we truly love and appreciate, and we're grateful for you
yeah.
to coming on and stuff.
And to everyone that tuned in, we appreciate y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, we do. Oh, and guys, on your way out, make sure you click the like button. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe to our channel because we really want to do more of this type of stuff where we have like people coming on to, be a little encouragement and motivation and so on and so forth. And if you know anyone that would like to come on our show to talk about, you know, anything, let
Anything
us
that
know. Just message us, let us know.
they have been through and how they overcame it. Because it's all about empowerment. It's all about us. We're all at home. We're all in the COVID situation affecting the whole world. So it's good to be able to motivate each other, to lift each other up.
Yeah.
That's what we need right now. Well, that's what we need even before COVID. But
Yeah.
now we have a chance and we have the means, the connectivity. Like you're in Dominica, we are here in the US.
Yeah.
We got your marketing manager over there in Canada. We
And
got
the
the
accountant
accountant in
in
Jamaica
Jamaica.
and internet and light. Light never going tonight.
Ah,
So
can't get
so
busy.
Right. But honestly, it was a pleasure having you tonight, Shaya. Thank you for coming and thank you to everyone that's been commenting, asking questions, and so on and so forth. You guys are an awesome audience. We love y'all. Oh, you know what? There's
oh
a
you know
call
say I
coming
can
in.
stick up in.
Oh Lord.
One sec.
There's
Caller, good night.
Good night. I actually have a quick question for Shoya.
Okay.
Oh, you got a question for her?
Yes. Is she gone?
No,
no,
she's
she's
right
here.
here.
Okay. Hi, Shoya.
Hi.
Yes, I'm just asking, what about your YouTube channel? I've been looking out for contents from you, and
Is that Tashana?
It's just
Yes.
1 or 2 videos.
Tashana, let me tell you, as I said before, I'm looking for anywhere that they sell a couple extra hours in the day and a couple extra days in the week for me to buy it so that I can have time. I literally just don't have the time, to be honest. I don't have the time. But me set up one the other day, man. Me just work on it. Me work on it not as much as I did earlier when it just started. But when I get a little bit more time, then I can do some more work on it. Okay?
So you started a new page or it's the same one?
No, the YouTube channel is my personal YouTube channel. But what we're talking about now is like my online counseling practice, which is different. It's not on YouTube. Right, the same YouTube channel is.
Yes, I saw that one.
Right. But the one is one.
All right, I definitely understand. Your story is inspiring. I share it all the times, and just continue to push through and blessings.
Oh, thank you. You too.
All right.
And me glad Tashana bring that up because she has a YouTube channel. I totally forgot. So guys, make sure. No. This is.
Why you correcting me? I mean, no. Isn't it the Dennis way?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes, guys, make sure you subscribe to Dennis Way. But I was also referring to Shoya's YouTube channel. What's the name of your YouTube channel, Shaya?
Lady Butterfly.
Yes. So guys, make sure you subscribe to her channel as well. I will also link.
Yeah.
So post your Shaya, post the video them.
Yeah, man, I go rip on it.
All right.
I'm sure they want to see a lot more of the baby too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
All right.
Thank you guys.
All right. Good night.
Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome. All right. Good night.
All right.
Okay. So this is it. And no one wants anything else?
I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Hot.
We appreciate you.
All right. Thank you for coming, Shaya. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Good night. And thank you guys for watching.
Raising the maze from the start. No one can tear us apart. Say, John, my son, I love you. And that I come straight from me heart. Big up my wife, cause she have me everything. That's good, better, yeah, she's a